Osei Majuto has lived in Kigali for more than 100 years. According to him, by the time of his birth, Kigali had only few residents, Rwandans and foreigners.
I was born in 1916. Back then, Kigali only had a few houses which belonged to Indians and Arabs. There were some black people as well, but in 1937 the Belgians decided to chase us away. That's how we found ourselves here at Biryogo.
Majuto still remembers the main houses characterizing the capital.
There was a hospital and the church down there. The resident lived on the other side, not far from the prison. A little bit further down lived some white people, and the military base was nearby as well.
The residence house that Majuto speaks of still exists today. The Richard Kant House Museum is the first ever modern house built in the city of Kigali. It was built in 1908 by Richard Kant, the German resident of Rwanda during colonial times. Until this day it remains in its original form, only the windows and the panes have been renewed and electricity has been added. Karine Rosaro Utamulisa, the manager of the Kant House Museum, explains that this building wasn't the only one built by the Germans during colonial time.
This place itself is part of a big kind of traditional village they built around here. And so that was called Boma. Boma was made of several houses, including this one. There were houses for the soldiers, for other administrators to help him. And so, this place changed because only this house is left, others were destroyed.
Even though Richard Kant chose to establish his residency in Kigali, the history of the Rwandan capital roots way back in time.
Kigali, long time ago, was the capital of Rwanda. You will find in some documents where they mention Kigali being created or being capital of Rwanda during the King Kigali Rwabugiri IV. But for the recent research, it was discovered that Kigali actually was the capital of Rwanda even in the 15th century during the King Kilimarugwe.
Ms. Karine Rosaro also adds that Richard Kant's decision to make Kigali his residency was not at all by chance.
There were several propositions to change Kigali, to change the capital to other places like Nyanza. Mm-hmm. In 1906, there were this idea to have the capital in Nyanza, but at the end, actually this was during Kant ruling in Rwanda, so he chose Kigali as the capital. And again, in around 1959, during the Belgian colonial administration in Rwanda, again, they wanted Astrida in former Butare to be the capital of Rwanda. Again, capital was chosen to be Kigali. The advantage of Kigali is that it's kind of in the center of Rwanda, so this helps in connecting in other areas easily.
With time, the image of Kigali has changed drastically and the basic infrastructure has developed vastly. While in 1907 the capital counted only about 2,000 residents, 420 foreigners including 9 Germans, its population of today has exceeded 1,300,000 and the capital developed steadily in accordance to the rest of Rwanda. This is Emily Blum for Rwanda TV.